So thank you, first of all, and welcome to you. As you can notice that the voice that you're hearing is already singing to you in your ears. So perhaps we should welcome each other. So I want to bring together in this little stroll some thoughts, or kind of islands of thoughts, or perceptions, actually. They're more like perceptions, I guess. Like this ongoing, as a kind of process of an ongoing meeting the world, which is in some sense a continual dialectic dialogue, and occasionally dialogos. And so, as I probably mentioned a number of times in some of my other videos and conversations, that I'm officially a father for the second time. The son Forrest, who's 18, and then we just had Teague Orion Sangstock has been birthed into the world, and he's been in the world, 3 weeks now, maybe. And there's I noticed something. Well, I've been noticing a bunch of things, right? And in particularly things that are standing out to me about the experience of getting to know Teague. And because if you've ever had kids, you realize the notion of rhythms. Both rhythms that you come to find out that you want to change, and rhythms that you want to have happen. But then your life, I would imagine, to the degree that it's attuned to the reality of whatever it is that we call an infant when it comes into being. The response to that seems to be one in which everything is attuned to him. And watching my wife and I become formed by the rhythms that are, I would suppose, are necessitated in this gathering together of Teague, Brienne, and Guy. Another way of saying that is everything is about the consequences of him eating and shitting, crying and sleeping. And that basically our lives is about a deep response to those ways of participation. And there's this other thing that happens, right? That seems to be definitely a part of, but yet somehow stands out to me with Teague. And I'll put it like this, it's like in between when, or another way I'll put it like this. So when Teague is not either eating, sleeping, or shitting, or dealing with not being able to shit, or the aftermaths of shitting, or digestion, and which all of that put together probably consists of 23 hours a day of his life. And what about this other hour? There's this, and it's almost like, it's as if everything that we're doing, those 23 hours, is in some sense to give this continuation of a birth. And it's these moments where he's done being fed, and he's done being burped, and he's done shitting, and he's all changed, and he's all napped. And then all of a sudden his eyes just open, and he simply looks out. And the experience of being with him simply opening to being, looking, is a completely transcendent experience. I have yet to encounter a person that has been present with him when he is in that place, where that, I don't know if we want to call it that witnessing, that the very beginnings of beholding, of meeting the world with his eyes, where it seems like people are just, you're utterly rendered defenseless into being wholly, transcendentally absorbed in that moment with him. And I've been asking myself, what is that? Right? What, like at one level, I'm not asking the question, obviously, on one level what it is, right? He's opening his eyes and he's looking, and you could say it's biologically he's practicing seeing and all those kinds of things, right? I'm not talking about that level. I'm talking about our experience of being moved in the beholding of his beholding. What is it that movedness, what does be the experience of being deeply moved by him, witnessing for the first time? What does the movedness understand about what it's being moved by? What does it reveal? What are we seeing when we're seeing him see, such that the understanding is expressed as this deep, transfixed movedness? What is that? And what is the irresistibility of being caught in the gaze of his gazing? This kind of absorption, this kind of unity, it's as if, what is it, if I can describe it more, it's as if we've been waiting for that, longing for that our whole lives, And there it is. We all know somehow what he's doing. And we all understand by the feeling of being moved by what he's doing, of its utter, almost transcendent relevance, or I don't know, I want to say value, but value isn't quite it. It's like, it's deeper than that. And in some sense, there's a way in which it's speaking to something that we, in some sense, is in us, that we can recognize. But whatever that is that's in us that we can recognize, when it becomes present in front of us, in the way that it is, in this dimension called Teague, Orion, Guysengstock, we're moved by it.